All right, let me ask you this. Uh, they got to replace Robert Saleh. We asked John and Kyle yesterday at the press conference, and they made it pretty clear that Gus Bradley is the top choice. There's a few more people they'll look at, but they've had him here for a year. He runs the same system as Saleh. They're friends. He knows the players. The players know him. They like him. They like him. Tom, what do you think? Should Gus Bradley be the next defensive coordinator? What do you think?
I'm sorry if I were in that position, just as a total football decision, I would not make Gus Bradley my defensive coordinator. I'm sorry. I cannot do it. I don't care how well you like the guy, how well the players like him. I don't care about that. Can the guy coach defense? Can he make the calls? Can he make the adjustments? Does he have the resume to show that he has been able to do it in the past? In my mind, there are only about 2 or 3 guys in the league who I would want to bring in as a defensive coordinator. And I would make every effort I could to go out and get those guys.
Who are those guys?
Well,
let me guess.
number one, let me
guess.
You want to guess.
Number one is Jim Schwartz.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yep.
People don't realize how good a coordinator. Now, forget the head coach crap about Jim Schwartz. Mm-hmm. Let's look at him as a defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. He is if I'm running the wide 9 that they want to run in San Francisco, there's one guy at the top of my list who's a quote unquote a free agent right now, who I should go after. And I'll say, okay, I need this guy. He's the originator, theoretically, of the wide 9 scheme. Why would I want anybody else? He's the innovator, not the imitator. Now, see, that's the other problem I'm going to get to with Gus Bradley. Gus is an imitator. He is not an innovator. The imitator never is on the same plane and the same level as the innovator, because while you as the imitator are trying to learn what the innovator did, the innovator is on a different level, already evolving on his original concepts that he had in the first place and tweaking things at a level to which you as the imitator don't even have a clue.
And they just want him to imitate Robert Saleh.
No, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, it's not going to be able to. But he was there. He knows Robert Saleh. He watched Robert Saleh. Now he's not Robert Saleh.
That doesn't count. What? That's like telling me that you're going to come in there and have a different chef who's going to say, well, he watched Emeril Lagasse make this, Cajun mix or whatever. So all of a sudden, Emeril Lagasse's not there. Well, we're going to run in this backup guy.
He was watching. He was in the kitchen, Tom.
That ain't the same,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Their taste buds are not the same. Just like Gus Bradley cannot think like Robert Saleh. Just like he won't think like D'Amico Ryans did.
Well, here's the thing. I believe Jim Schwartz is under contract for 1 more year, and the Browns don't have a head coach, but it sounds like they want the next head coach to keep Jim Schwartz because he's good and Myles Garrett likes him. If they can't get Jim Schwartz, is there anyone else you like?
Oh, my goodness. That's a tough decision, because here's the other thing. Who else in this National Football League runs a wide 9 scheme? See, the bad thing about it, Grant, is if you can't find a wide 9 guy, now you're going to go out and say, I'm going to hire Joe Dokes because, I'm going to go hire Brian Flores, for example, because he's a good coordinator, but he doesn't run the wide 9. But I'm going to bring him to San Francisco and say, I want you to run the wide 9. Okay?
I want you to work with Chris Passeri.
That is not going to work. That doesn't fly.
What I want to say is, wouldn't it be cool? You've been running the wide 9 since 2019. How about evolve? How about bring in someone else who doesn't necessarily run the wide 9? And if he wants to do something else, if he wants a different defensive line coach, do it. Because it seems like the reason you're going for Gus Bradley is it allows you to keep people who are already on the staff, which is a bad reason to go for a defensive coordinator that no one else wants, no other team wants.
Okay, here's another problem, Grant. Is this a move also to continue to placate certain players on the defense?
Oh, like Fred Warner, Nick Bosa?
Exactly. See, that's another thing now. The other thing is if I bring in Jim Schwartz, he's going to coach the wide 9, but he's not going to play the same charitable coverage schemes that Saleh played, because
Yeah.
Schwartz is going to play more man to man, even though he's running the wide nine. He's going to be more aggressive. He's not going to allow you to walk up and down the field on him and say, "Give me a 14 play drive, an 18 play drive, a 16 play drive." You got the Niners giving up the ball for 38 or 40 minutes in a game. That's not Jim Schwartz. But he's going to play the wide nine, but he's not going to let you walk up and down the field and play catch all day with their receivers and then worry about stopping you in the red zone. He's going to shut you down. How many turnovers did the Niners get this year, Grant?
Oh my goodness. I know they had 6 interceptions. They're at the bottom of the league. They're just so passive.
They are so passive. They acquiesce to the opponent, predicated on the premise that the opponent will not be able to execute consecutively and significantly to take the ball up and down the field. They bank on the opponent screwing it up.
Bradley's going to be even more passive than Robert Saleh. That's why he keeps getting fired.
I'm sorry, you cannot play vanilla defense in the NFL.
What about, I got 3 names for you. What about Sean McDermott? Forget the wide nine. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget the wide. I just want the best coordinator for the job.
No, Sean's excellent. There's no question about that. He cut his teeth as a defensive coordinator for years. He's brilliant mind. It's not a wide nine scheme now. I'm sorry.
Good. How about Jonathan Gannon?
Oh, I hate to say this. I go back to what Jonathan did not do in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was kind of bad.
And not only once, but twice in the same game, in the same area of the field, with the same concept, which Andy Reid ran against them, both of which gave up touchdowns. That hangs on me. That's like that's a bitter. I would not be able to get over that mindset mentally myself if I were the head coach and Gannon was my defensive coordinator. That would linger in my brain.
One more name, Raheem Morris.
Now there's a guy who's a pressure guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now that doesn't fit. See,
that's the antithesis of what the Niners do.
Exactly. You're talking about going from A to Z. You went from one end of the alphabet. You went from alpha to omega. You went all the way to the end.
Sean McVay liked him.
Yeah, I know. But, the Rams don't play the defense the Niners play either.
That's true. They're a 3-4. That's true.
Yeah, it's a total different concept.
But, like, the Seahawks are technically a 3-4, but they never are in their base defense. I mean, they're a nickel defense.
I know. They're in a 4-2-5 concept.
Right.
4-1-6.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's the other thing now. They play combination coverage schemes that are anathema to the Niners. They are not even in the playbook. The Niners don't even know how to attack Seattle's secondary schemes. I watched all 22, the sideline version the other day. Oh my God, it is embarrassing to watch some of the concepts which Kyle tried to execute. And I can see why Brock Purdy's back there, salt and pepper in the ball, peeling and eating it like a banana. There's nobody open. There's nobody attacking anybody. I'm sorry. I felt so badly for he had nowhere to go with the ball. And the other thing, he's going left to right, right to left, and he's looking for somebody. Please, somebody get your butt open so I could throw you the ball. Not even a guy 15, 18, 20 yards up the field. They got 4 guys up there jogging out, having a hot dog and a soda. They're not even close to being open.